Previously on One Tree Hill.
I'm having your baby, Lucas Scott.
I love you.
I just want to run some tests.
I thought I was in charge of the school paper and had final say on what went in it.
You do, and I have final say on whether or not you work here.
That was the Charleston Chiefs. You're looking at their newest point guard.
I had sex last night. It was a mistake. It was supposed to be you.
I know.
Brooke says she needs a buyer in New York for costumes. Maybe I should go.
I think that might be best.
What's that, Grandpa?
That's the thing that makes noise when it's time for me to get better.
I want you to have this. It means we're going steady.
This is so wrong. But it's all right.
Nice. That's really nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, great.
Really good stuff.
'Cause that's a big cue.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, I'm Matthew from Not a Surf, and we are here in the Loveless Motel, a lovely studio in Sierra Madre, and we are scoring this episode of One Tree Hill. I've never done this before. I'm having a great time. I'm sort of taking a little break from songwriting, but I miss being in the studio, so this is a great way to come back and do something and be in my favorite place. Mark's used a bunch of our songs for the show, and then we were actually in it for an episode. And then, yeah, they asked me a few months ago, and we've been on tour a lot, so the timing wasn't great. But now it's worked out because we're on a break, so I could say yes, happily.
Millicent, wait.
Wait for what, Marvin? What else is there to say after goodbye?
Well, this is the scene called The Long Goodbye, which is when Mouth and Millie are talking because she's come back to get her car and get her stuff. And it's a long scene, and we're just in the figuring out what to do stage. So I'm sort of just throwing some chord progressions at the screen and also just trying to figure out what emotional turn there needs to be in the music to reflect the moment when Mouth really kind of makes his plea. He says, I want to be the kind of couple that gets past that and has something worth fighting for. So I'm just sitting here strumming along, waiting for the right chord to come along.
It's my cell phone bill.
It's $300.
Text messaging fees. Most of those were texts from Gigi, and a lot of them were my replies.
So interesting how a scene can pace differently depending on what music is played in the scene.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you're doing the one melody, it's very human and sort of makes you feel like you're in the room with them and you're kind of awkward. And then when you start doing like the quarter notes and it starts driving it, and you start driving towards stuff, and it all works very well.
I feel like I came off it too early, like he's still trying, you know.
Well, I think the challenge of this cue is that it's such a long cue.
Yeah.
That you don't want it to start to feel monotonous.
Yeah.
But I thought that, you know, there was nothing that jumped out at me as like, oh no, it's driving now and it shouldn't be.
Okay, good.
Like I didn't feel any of that.
Let's get you to bed. Doctor said you need to take it easy.
I want to see the surprise.
It's not a good idea.
I want to see it.
It's amazing how you can change a scene. The scene can seem rushed, it can seem like paint drying, it can seem really important, and it can seem comical depending on what song's playing behind it. It's amazing. And then when you find that perfect song, you're like, yeah, that's exactly what it should be.
What happens on screen kind of helps the music along, and so ideally there's some kind of symbiosis, you know, that the characters make the music feel appropriate and the other way around.
Well, boys out. I guess the same goes for me.
It's totally different from straight up songwriting because there's this extra variable of people on screen and characters walking off, and all of a sudden the music feels different because of that. So that's been the exciting part, is that's like makes it all feel new again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being fans. Thank you for not reading books all the time. Keep watching television. It's amazing.